Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Gabby. It has been a while since I made a video for you guys, and that is because I had a little tiny baby on December 1st. His name is Isaiah. He is 3 months now. He is such a little cutie. He's a good boy. He sleeps really well. He usually goes about 4 hours and then he wakes up to eat, at nighttime, and so that's really good for me. But either way, I've been really busy taking care of my little angel, and I haven't really put a lot of time and effort into making another video. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the supplements that I take and kind of my journey with figuring out what to take, right? So, first, I wanted to, just in case this is the first time you're watching this video, and in case you're just curious and want to know a little bit more about an autoimmune disease, right? So, an autoimmune disease is, here, let's look it up real quick. So, an autoimmune disease is a condition in which your immune system mistakenly attacks your body. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system mistakes part of your body, like your joints or skin, as foreign. It releases proteins called autoantibodies that attack healthy cells. So in my case, I have Pemphigus vulgaris, which attacks my skin cells. So if we go to what causes autoimmune diseases, well, it says in response to an unknown trigger, the immune system may begin producing antibodies that, instead of fighting infections, attack the body's own tissues. Treatment for autoimmune diseases generally focuses on reducing immune system activity. And so, like it says down here, when you have an autoimmune disorder, your immune system does not distinguish between healthy tissue and antigens. So as a result, the body sets off a reaction that destroys normal tissues. This may happen more often in people who have genes that make them more prone to autoimmune disorders. But I think that my trigger was a hormone imbalance because when, me and my husband got together, I started taking birth control pills. And as soon as I started taking the birth control pills, I started to get a little scab on my head that didn't go away forever. I had it for like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years actually, before I was actually diagnosed with autoimmune disease. And by then, I already had blisters and scabs other places. So for me, I honestly think that my trigger was a hormone imbalance. My hormone levels were really high when I started taking the birth control, and so I think that triggered it. My dermatologist that I was seeing, she had told me that a lot of times when a mother gives birth, a don't remember if she said weeks, months, but a little time after she gives birth, a lot of times that's when her autoimmune disease is triggered, like the Pemphigus vulgaris, and it'll just flare up. And so there's a huge hormone change after you give birth. So I am very, very confident in saying that I think that is the reason why mine was triggered. Now, I don't know about everybody else, and a doctor hasn't actually told me that was the reason. Doctors don't really know for sure. I have a feeling that was my reason, and I'm going to stick with that because there's just too many things that make sense that point to that being the reason. And so for my autoimmune disease, I told you guys I have Pemphigus vulgaris. And so pretty much what Pemphigus vulgaris is that my immune system attacks my own skin cells. And that is included in the mouth and in the nostrils and on my skin and on my scalp. And so that's kind of pretty much everywhere. When I was flaring up really bad, I didn't get any really like below the waist. like on my legs, anywhere like my feet, nowhere. Like I didn't get it in that area, and I'm not sure why. I get them mostly on my scalp. Like right now, I have a bunch on my scalp, and I'll post pictures so you guys know what I'm talking about. I have a bunch on my scalp. I have gotten them on my face really bad. And if you want, you can check out my previous video so you can have like the whole background story on how I came to find out that I had autoimmune disease and how it started. And I mean, it was a little while, to figure that out. And anyways, my process and how bad it flared up. And you can go to that video. I'll link it here somewhere. When I had my son, they all kind of went away. And so it kind of went into remission. And it was because it was a huge hormone imbalance or hormonal change. And so I had already had the Pemphigus vulgaris. So I think that it kind of like helped it get better rather than trigger it because I already had it. So in my case, whenever I would get a pimple on my face or just any kind of like small irritation, and I live in Houston, Texas, and we have a million mosquitoes here. Every time that I would get a mosquito bite, it would turn into a blister, and that would turn into a scab. And so I had a lot of them on my arms, on my body. And so what happens is my immune system wants to help it. So normally when you get like a cut, you get like a little bit of like that clear liquid. That clear liquid is sent to that spot from your body, and it helps kind of protect it. So my body, because of this autoimmune disease, sends to it's a white blood cell, and it's sent to wherever the wound is to protect it. But it sends like too much of it. So normally on a cut, you get a little bit of that clear liquid. It kind of helps seal the cut, and it kind of turns into a scab. Then it falls off, and then you're better. So my body sends a ton of that. It like keeps making that clear liquid, just like keeps making it and keeps making it. And so it makes this scab, just a small scab, like right where it started, just a little scab. But then since it keeps producing, so scabs normally like itch, I think like when they're healing. So it like itches, and so I itch it without even thinking about it, it just itches and I itch it. And so that's like a little bit more irritation. So it sends a little bit more of the clear liquid. And so it builds on it and it builds on it and it builds on it. And so that scab becomes a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And obviously it like stops growing, but it grows. The scab grows, and it just like never heals, ever. I had scabs on my head for like 2 years. The scabs that I currently have on my head now, I've had for like 2 years. I'm not even kidding you guys. They stay that long. And so I have actually gotten, after I had my second baby in December 1st, I started getting scabs again on my stomach. And I actually hadn't had scabs on my body in a really long time. Like since before I had my first son, and he's 2.5, or he's going to be 3 in July. And so I hadn't had any scabs on my body since then. And after I had my baby this time 3 months ago, I got scabs on my stomach. So I'll put some pictures up. I didn't really take any pictures like when they were like really, really flared up, but I took pictures when they were healing, and they're pretty much gone. Like they're actually healing, and which is awesome. I just keep learning. I'm still learning about this autoimmune disease and the way that it's acting in my body, because it's different. I haven't had this before. Like all my other scabs healed when I got pregnant with my first son. And so this time they're healing really, really quick. I mean, they happened to begin with, so the problem's still there, but they're healing. So anyway, so I have a lot of scabs on my head still though, and those don't seem to go away. Those haven't healed. They kind of have like, they've gotten big, but then they've like shrunk to smaller scabs. And so they kind of keep like, I don't really know what's happening. It like keeps on healing, but then it kind of gets big again and it keeps on healing. So I don't know if it's because I have long hair, my hair affects it. I mean, it's all ugly up right now, but I have long hair, and I don't know if my hair, it's what's the problem. So I haven't figured that one out yet, but I will do something. I'm going to figure this stuff out for myself because I do not want to go on the medication ever, 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 ever again. So let me tell you guys, after all of that, I went to a naturopath when I stopped taking my medication, and he did a bunch of blood work, like a bunch, like I was gonna pass out. He did, well, not him himself, but where I went, they did like 15 vials. I am not kidding. And they weren't the small vials. They were like the longer vials of blood. And I almost passed out. I didn't. The lady laid me down on a little couch thing they have there, and she gave me an orange, like a little halo cutie little orange thing. And I took that. I left. The results came back. I went in. The doctor told me all these different things that were going on and all these. I honestly don't really remember everything that he said because that was over 2.5 years ago, before I got pregnant. So I don't remember. And especially now, I have pregnancy. Well, not pregnancy brain anymore because I'm not pregnant anymore. But I have like new mom brain. I don't know, but it happens. And so let me show you guys so you guys can see it better. So this is a list of the stuff that I used to take. And so I was taking stuff. So I was taking all of these at once. I'm not kidding you guys. I was taking like 70 pills a day. And it was all supplements. And so I have stuff for like bacteria, to help the bacteria in my gut. I had stuff for adrenals because I had like no energy at all. I have stuff for inflammation, more inflammation, minerals. I was taking minerals, and organics, I guess is what they call it. So that's the list, guys. Look, that thing, the next page, all of that. So I'll put it on here, and so you guys can see all the stuff that I used to take. But like I said, this is all just what I did for my body, for me, for the things that were wrong with me. Anybody else out there who has Pemphigus vulgaris could be having it for completely different reasons. I don't know about anybody else, but I know about me, and this is what has worked for me. I've given you guys the reasons why I think this happened to me. Like I said, I don't know for sure. Nobody has told me exactly why. I've just been diagnosed with it. I took the medication for it. The medication tamed it. That's really the word, tamed it. But it didn't really make it any better. It helped me a lot because it could have gotten worse, I think. Maybe. But I was still getting blisters. They were still very, very irritated. I had gained a lot of weight. I was super swollen. My face got really swollen. I lost a lot of hair. I was really fatigued. I mean, I was miserable. I was miserable on top of the fact that I had all of these gaps all over my body. Like, inside, I was miserable because all of this stuff doesn't only affect your body. It affects you emotionally because you don't want to go out and interact with the world when you look like that. I was miserable. I mean, it was miserable. So I do not want to go back to that. I really, really, really do not. And so I started taking all these medications. I mean, all these supplements because I wasn't taking my medication anymore. No more steroids, no more immunosuppressants. So I was taking all that, and I made a huge diet change. So at that time, I just had to cut out everything pretty much. There's like this elimination diet, and it's got a name, and I don't really remember it, but you pretty much eliminate everything that isn't just like regular meat and vegetables. Yeah, like just regular meat and vegetables and some fruits, you know. That's pretty much all you're allowed to eat. And then well, and certain vegetables too, like no nightshades, so like eggplants, onions, tomatoes, peppers, none of that, right? And so I am Mexican, you guys. I eat, breathe salsa, and salsa has tomatoes and peppers and onions. So yeah, think about that. Anyways, I did it. I did do it, you guys. I did it. And I eliminated everything, even eggs. Eggs. So slowly you start introducing these things, and you introduce them in a way like one day you eat a lot of things with a lot of tomato in it, or the next day after that or whatever you eat a lot of onions, and you start introducing things like that slowly so you can see if you have a reaction. And then slowly you can start introducing other things, because nightshades are not, they could be really bad for some people, but it could be totally fine for other people. It's just like I said, your body reacts different to everybody else's, and so that's just especially what works for you. And so I was able to introduce a lot of that stuff back. But I also did go off of my diet a lot, and I was perfectly fine. I mean, I got pregnant and I had cravings and stuff. I'm not really cravings, but I wanted stuff. And then it was my birthday and I ate cake, and that's just like a gateway, you guys. I'm telling you, we ate cake and that was it. And so we started eating a bunch of stuff that we shouldn't have been eating. But anyways, I was pregnant and I wanted to eat some stuff, and even though I kept it pretty good, I did pretty good. But because I had a good midwife, I had the best midwife, and she kept me from doing really, really bad. So after I had Isaac, my first son, I went about 10 months with nothing, no scabs at all whatsoever. And then I started to get a scab on my head again. Yeah, a scab on my head. And I already knew, like, I'm sure you guys, anybody who has an autoimmune disease or even Pemphigus vulgaris, it is the worst thing. Like, it is my biggest fear. Like, I literally shake whenever I find out that I'm getting another scab. And I found out that I was getting a scab on my head. And so I actually stopped taking all of those supplements because I was pregnant and it had gone into remission and I was fine. So after that, I really went strict on my diet again. And I will make another video on the things that I eat, like the different things that I have changed and things that I have given up. And, you know, it kind of sucks sometimes, but hey, I would very much rather not have scabs on my skin that never heal than, you know, give up a piece of cake. You know, I don't care, because I would rather not have all of these scabs on my skin and on my head that like hurt. I mean, they hurt. So I have given up certain foods, right? I have given up certain products. I am currently doing a no poo challenge, right? I made a video on the first month, which I can also link on here so you guys can look at that, of no shampoo. And now I have gone 2 months, no shampoo. And let me tell you, it's a little bit tough. Anyways, I've given up some things, you guys, okay? I am experimenting with this thing because it sucks. And I have 2 gorgeous, super sweet babies that I love, and I want to spend time with them. And you know, when they grab your face and they kiss you and you can feel their little hands and you just want to love them. Well, if I have all of those scabs on my face, they can't do that. They can't touch me. I can't feel their cute little cheek against my cheek. I can't do that, and I love that. I love being able to do that with my kids. So I need to figure out what's going to work for me so that I don't have all of that stuff on my face and that I can enjoy my kids to the fullest, to the most that I can. I just want to be healthy. I just want to be strong. I just want to be able to enjoy my children. I have been experimenting with a lot of things for myself, and I like it. It's fun. I'm very into health and fitness, and so I like it. It's no big deal. It sucks when it sucks, but you can get over it. You can get over anything. Look, if you have an autoimmune disease and you're going strong, I mean, you're getting over it. It sucks. There's a lot of people out there who don't have autoimmune diseases and they're just living life. Hey, we have autoimmune diseases and we're living life too. So, let me show you guys some of the oils that I use. All right, this is one of them. So I use DDR Prime. And so DDR Prime, you can look over here, the primary benefits. It's got a ton of good things, protects body and cells from oxidative stress, supports healthy cellular integrity, promotes overall cellular health, supports the health of the brain and nervous systems. Who doesn't need all that help? I know I do, right? And aids in healthy immune response. So normally with autoimmune diseases, they want to suppress the immune system so that it doesn't attack you. Well, this is kind of what I think normal doctors, they have told me not to do. You don't want to boost your immune system because then it wants to attack you more. I know, it's rude. It's your own immune system, right? But in my case, I have learned that in my body, with my autoimmune disease, helping my immune system actually helps my immune system. Doesn't make it worse. It helps my immune system. So I like to take DDR Prime. I have these empty veggie capsules that I take, and I just put 4 drops in there. I started doing it once in the morning and once in the evening, and I can't remember to take my stuff in the morning. So anyways, I'm not too worried about it. I take it at nighttime every single night, and I think that it's actually been doing just fine. I think that maybe to begin with, I needed to do the more amount, but my scabs on my belly, I told you guys, they're healed. So I think that it's doing pretty good. So I just do it at night. Let's go to the single oils, and let's find turmeric. I mean, I know you guys all know about turmeric. Everybody knows about turmeric. You know what I didn't know about turmeric was that it has another R. Did you guys know that? Wait, did I pass it? No. Turmeric is spelled with another R. There it is. You see that R right there? I didn't know that it was spelled with an R right there. Who knew? So I take turmeric. Look at all of these beautiful things. So it helps support healthy glucose and lipid metabolism. It may enhance cellular antioxidant enzymes like glutathione. Glutathione is amazing. You guys, glutathione is amazing, and you can take it. You can actually buy glutathione, but I will tell you, it tastes like barf. Anyways, let's leave it at that. It helps support healthy nervous and cellular function. It has been shown to increase curcumin potency and absorption. May promote healthy immune function and response. There we go again, healthy immune function and response. We want to have a healthy immune system, right? So I like that. You can diffuse it, which I do have a diffuser, and I don't diffuse it because let me tell you, turmeric smells like death. So there I go, turmeric. I use turmeric, and I use 2 drops of turmeric in my veggie capsule where I do my DDR Prime. I use copaiba also. See that here? Supports a healthy immune and cardiovascular system. Who doesn't need help with their cardiovascular system? Everybody. So it supports the health of the cardiovascular and the immune and the digestive and the respiratory. I just take it internally, with my other oils. So there's that one. So I do those 3 oils, and there's one more that I take in my veggie capsule every single night. Not twice a day anymore. Just once. Just once though. It's good enough, you know. There we go. This little beauty right there is the grapefruit one. So citrus oils, and really it could be any citrus oil. I mean, you can use lemon, lime, there's grapefruit. There's a couple other ones on there. But mostly what I like about this is it's got a compound called D-limonene, and that's in all the citrus oils. And this one is also very, very good for your immune system. So those are the 4 oils that I use, you guys. I use DDR Prime, turmeric, copaiba, and grapefruit. I put it in an empty capsule and I take it every single night. And honestly, I mean, my belly scabs healed, and I hadn't done this before, and my scabs hadn't healed before on their own, so I don't know. I'm just making the connection. I'm just experimenting with myself, you know. So anywho, I will try to post pictures on here so you guys can see some stuff. I have also started working out now that I had my baby. I've been working out for about a month now since I had my baby, and I work out about 3 days a week. And I try to focus on doing weights more than anything, because now that I have also changed my diet, I lose weight really easy, and so if I'm working out and I've changed my diet, I just get really skinny, like really ugly skinny. And so this time around, I actually started trying to do a lot of weights, like trying to lift a lot of weights so I can actually build muscle, and that way I don't get so skinny. And so another idea with that is that if you're working out because your immune system focuses on repairing all of those muscles that you're tearing up, you know, all of that soreness, your immune system is focusing on something else. It might just leave my skin alone and my scalp alone and just let me be. Let it be like a normal, healthy immune system, you know, like how it's supposed to be. So I don't know. I'm just telling you guys the things that I've been doing and the results that I've been getting. And if this can help you, that would be great. I am going to keep on doing this, and I'm going to keep on sharing with you guys. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, or if you guys know of things that work for you, please let me know, because I'll give it a try and see if it helps. Look, I am trying as many things as I possibly can to stay healthy, to not have to go back to taking immunosuppressants and steroids. I mean, I'm sure you guys know how that is, and I know that it sucks. And so, anywho, this is what I have for you guys today. I will make videos on my diet and on products that I use or that I don't use, and things that I've cut out, that I've eliminated from my diet, from my life, from things like that. So anyways, thank y'all. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on all my new videos. This is your girl Gabby. Till next time.